Hello guys, welcome to Random AF. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Agatha All Along follows the events of WandaVision and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, where at the end of the Doctor Strange movie we see Scarlet Witch die. We see its effect on Agatha, who is under the spell of Scarlet Witch, how she breaks through Scarlet Witch spell help of team, and her journey through Witch's Road to regain the powers. Is the story of Agatha All Along. For me personally, Agatha All Along is filled with a lot of positive. Considering the track record of Marvel shows, Agatha All Along is a good show. Huge credit for this goes to Catherine Hahn's performance as Agatha Harkness. She has done a phenomenal job in her performance in this role. Along with her, Joe Locke and Aubrey Plaza also shine in their respective role. And a thing Agatha All Along has done differently from their previous show is their side characters. Side characters such as Jen, Alice, Miss Hart, Lilia all add value to the story of the show. Audience has an emotional connect with them. Along with it, they have a personal journey and growth throughout the show. One more huge positive about the show is different aesthetic in different episodes. As we had seen in WandaVision, the show every episode carries a different aesthetic. From a true detective style episode to retro episode, the show carries different themes in different episodes to give a fresh feel to the show. But this show is not perfect at all times. It also has some negatives, mainly the convenience and plot armor. About it, I will talk about it thoroughly in the spoiler section. Along with it, a negative point, VFX and CGI issue was noticeable, especially flying with broom scene. I won't usually pin down it as a negative, but as it is a Marvel show with a budget of $40 million, it's an issue that they should have worked on. One more point, and if you're someone who is going to see Mephisto in Agatha All Along, other than name drop, there won't be any mention of Mephisto. After watching the ending to season 1, there is a possibility of a season 2 as all the show was good. It is recommended to all Marvel fans, but to watch this show you have to watch WandaVision and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness as well. Considering previous show of Marvel like Echo, it is far better show. Agatha All Along is totally recommended to Marvel fans. Now for the spoiler section, if we go episode wise, before it a huge spoiler warning. Now in episode 1 we see the Wanda's spell effect, how Agatha with help of Teen breaks through the spell. In episode 2 we see assembling of Coven. Just a huge doubt which I had in episode 2, why did witches trust a traitorous witch which is infamous so easily? We also see in episode 2 how they reach Witch's Road. In episode 3 we see trial 1 which was okayish at best, but the show started speaking in this episode. It also introduced some horror elements as well. There was Miss Sharon's death in this episode. In episode 4 we see introduction of Green Witch, which is none other than Rio, which was we see in episode 1. The whole episode was okayish with the trial 2, but at the end we see the Ballad of Witch's Road, which was a good song. In episode 5 we see trial 3, along with it the consequences of Road. We also see hints about that. A huge plot twist is revealed. Billy Maximoff is the son of Scarlet Witch is revealed, and it is none other than Tim. In episode 6 we see villain Kaplan, how he becomes Billy Maximoff after the events of the end of the WandaVision. Along with it we also see how he's dealing with dual identity problem. In episode 7 we see time travel with Lilia, and trial 4. In it we see Lilia's sense of belonging and sacrifice. We is also introduced to the character of that, who is none other than Rio. Episode 7 was really a good episode. In episode 8 we see Agatha's redemption or not. We see trial 5 and a finale battle between Death and Agatha and Billy. In this we see Billy comic accurate look. Along with it, at the ending it is hinted that Billy is altering the reality of the whole show. In episode 9 we see Agatha journey through ages for power and how her son Nicholas Scratch has affected this journey. And in the ending we see Billy's realization of his power and how he was altering the reality itself. There is no post-credit scene, but at the ending we see Agatha, who has now turned into a ghost, sees her son and Billy is now going to find Tommy. Now for the spoiler talk. The whole show is based on convenience and has plot armor in. First of all, Scarlet Witch, who is one of the strongest witch, or not the strongest witch, she didn't realize that her son was in this universe itself, and in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, she had to travel to different universes just to find her son. This is one of the biggest flaw of the show. How did they explain this? Even the use of Salem 7. Originally Salem 7 is grandkids of Agatha. They are just used to keep the story interesting by providing a constant danger to the character. But as I said, the huge positive for this show is Agatha Harkness. She is a character full of flaws, and her journey of selfish desire is what makes this show such a great watch. One more positive point is Joe's performance as Billy Maximoff. He also carried the show on his back. For me personally, it was more of a Billy Maximoff show more than Agatha's show. One more important character, Lady Death, has been introduced in this show. For those who don't know, she's Deadpool's love interest in this Marvel comics. It will be interesting to see how Marvel use Lady Death in future. For me, the biggest disappointment was Mephisto. Everyone thought Mephisto will appear in this show, at least in the post-credit scene. But other than name drop, we didn't see anything of Mephisto. My future prediction for Agatha is she will be like an guardian to Billy Maximoff and Tommy Maximoff in future. There is a possibility of season 2, but I will say instead of season 2, a Wanda show or a Wanda movie is being planned in Marvel Universe. The story may be continued in that. In the end, I will just like to say we have seen shows like Echo and She-Hulk, which was so awful. We can say Agatha All Along is one of the better shows. It is totally recommended. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is Random AF signing off.